Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Pen Rambling. My name is Agnes. This week we're going to talk about details in fountain pens that I appreciate. Alright, so we know that fountain pen can range from the cheaper end until somewhat expensive like M1000, Montblanc 149 and so on. Okay, so as we collect our fountain pen, there are details that we appreciate when we look back at those pens, because those details allows us to remember what pen of those, especially if you have the same model of a different variation. Am I making myself clear? Maybe you have, for example, Pelican. The M series is the famous series to collect. A lot of fountain pen enthusiasts, or maybe the fountain pen collector, those who use fountain pen will try to collect those in the higher end series, M400 up to M1000, for example. So we know that the size varies. Sorry, the size kind of like increases as you go along from the bottom M200 up to the M1000, but it will be appreciative when there are details of that written on the pen, wouldn't it be? So my first point is, I appreciate when there have emblem or logo of that company. For example, my favorite is this one by Faber-Castell. Okay, see, even though it is very simple, okay, you can see that it has this emblem here and then the name of the company. Or, for example, again, okay, Twisby. Actually, a lot of companies have them at the top or the finial of the cap. Okay, or like this. Sailor on the cheaper end will be like this. Okay, this is the Faber-Castell. Okay, but not every company have them. I noticed that Pilot doesn't have them. They just written Pilot. Granted that I don't have the higher end of Pilot. I have their Custom 74 and the Vanishing Point, but neither of them have any sorts of emblem or the company logo on that. Come to think of it, I have no idea what is Pilot on here. See this logo? I wish there was some engraving on the pen, but we don't see any. Okay, that would be my first thing, because it looks so beautiful when it is properly put out. You see here the sailor, okay, the Graphon Faber-Castell, oops, in reverse, or even Twisby. Even the Twisby Eco seems to be like cool. Okay, it's not going to look properly, so okay. So those are the first detail that I appreciate. Next will be the country that it is made in. We roughly know that like Sailor, Platinum, Pilot will come from Japan. For example, I'm not very diverse with companies that comes from the European or even in the Western country. I'm not very diverse with that, because our stock are mostly on the Japanese market. So I'm more on that side. But I appreciate when there is like, where is my Parker? Oh, here. Okay, so this one you cannot see properly, but if you can see under the light, I'll see if I can magnify for you. Okay, so it says here made in UK. Then, of course, we know that. A lot of us do. Okay, it is like, it's very made in UK. So it made us appreciate where the things come from. Even if there is made in China, it will be appreciative. A lot of pens have it, but there are pens that don't have it. Where is mine? I'm not so sure if this Lamy has it or not. Okay, so this Lamy doesn't state where it comes from. No, I only have one Lamy. And then like many of them too. Okay, it says here sailor, and then Japan. Then I know it comes from Japan. Or even this one. I think Twist B doesn't mention at all. Okay, so see Twist B, and then you go one round around it. Sorry. Okay, so Taiwan. Then I know it comes from Taiwan. That would be a very helpful detail. Like Quebeco, I highly doubt. Let's see if Quebeco have them. See? Quebeco doesn't mention where it comes from. But it does write it is since 1883. Does it says where? Okay. Is that? Okay. So it's here, it says it is, I think that's the Germany word. Yeah. So it made in Germany in a very small emblem. So you see, Quebeco emblem is also right. Very nice. Okay. Those are the second thing that I appreciate. Now the third thing that I appreciate is the year that maybe the company established. I know that is a very small detail, but we know that fountain pen has a very long history. So when it comes with a very long history, we would like to know when is the company established, or at least when it was starting. So like this one, it says here since 1883. Then I know that Quebeco is a very old company. And then you notice that I never say anything about vanishing point, because vanishing point has neither of those. There is no other thing except Pilot Japan. That's it. Okay, Pilot Japan. But it never mentioned what is this model or any other thing. I'll show you another Pilot pen. This is that simple, or some people may call it boring. See, it doesn't have any other detail, but it may have. No. Okay, so like Sailor has the year that it started also. Founded. Okay, 1911, which is why they have their 1911 flagship. Do I call that flagship pen? It may seem small detail, but as we appreciate that when the company started, it let us know how long they have been, what they've been through, and then they are still standing in today's years, maybe in the future. So when a small company or any company or fountain pen started their company, if they write that or they engrave that into their pen, in the long term, it's like we appreciate the details of that year, of the year where they are started, or at least that's what I thought anyway. And then the next thing that I appreciate in a fountain pen is the model is engraved or it is somewhere seen on the pen. For example, like Pilot. Okay, other than write made in Japan, it does says custom 74, if you can see that. Okay, custom 74. Then I know this pen is custom 74. Like I mentioned just now, vanishing point never mentioned anything. I know we know that this is vanishing point, but they make it an effort to write decimal here, but they don't write vanishing point here, which is like they could have done that vanishing point along this clip here or somewhere on the body of the pen. They do that for decimal. Why they don't do that for vanishing point? Okay, so this one has nothing. A lot of pen have their model engraved on the pen. Okay, like this one. Because Twisby come out with a variation of Eco. So this is Eco T. Then I have another Eco, which is the Eco, just Eco, that's it. So the difference between these two is one is triangular, one is hexagonal. The grip section is also a little bit different. Like this one, I keep forgetting what model is this. I know somebody mentioned it before in my video. All it writes is okay, if I can get that out. All it writes is Parker. Okay, and then L for the year that it is produced, and then made in UK. And then all along this pen, there's no mentioning of this model. Logo is, and then why do I say I want to know the model of the pen? It's like, for example, I buy this pen on a display at a department store, because in Malaysia we have department store where they can sell a pen. But if we try to ask the salesperson what is the model of this pen, some of them may not know. And I was, I was like, why can't they engrave the model of the pen on this pen when they have so many space for them to written? Like Lamy, whole of this. People who doesn't really know Lamy model, like me, I'll be like, I need to look up what is this. And then I go and found out that this is logo. They could have put Lamy and then put a logo here. Then I know that it's Lamy logo, and then even made in Germany is not found on this pen. I'm not so sure about all the other more famous model, but it is little details which we can appreciate. And then like this one is even engraved with Diamond 580 RG2, which stands for Rose Gold 2. So they know that this is not the first version, but the second version. These are the details that we appreciate when we collect more and more of pens in our fountain pen. It is just even small details makes a lot of sense, kind of. All right, number five. Let's not look at only the pen. Let's not forget the nib. Okay, so there are nibs that are quite intricate, and then it looks really nice. For example, this one, even though it's simple, but when there is artwork involved here, somehow it makes the nib of the pen look so much more expensive, luxury. I'm not saying that this is simple and it shouldn't be. It is not. Just sometimes it makes it so much more. This one, this Graphon Faber-Castell is very known for their intricate yet fancy design. See, some people even joke that, I'm not so sure how true since my physics does fail me, that this channel makes where the pen is more what they call that, makes it more wetter than it should be, because there's extra channel on the engraving of this nib. I'm pretty sure it's not true. Okay, and then Sailor is very known for their very intricate, their design is, the new one disappoints me because I know somebody think it's very busy, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I kind of like the design. The new one doesn't have any more of this Sailor logo, I believe. I'm not so sure about the word Sailor. It's still engraved on the what do you call that thing? On the nib. Even the simple pen, let me take Kakuno. Okay, even simple pen, okay, this, doesn't it looks, I know it's for kids, it makes them look very interesting. Makes me want to use a fountain pen. So this type of design, I mean artwork, put on a nib, so much special. Okay, those are the little details that I find I appreciate in a fountain pen. What is yours? Did I miss some of your favorite? Maybe you can let me know in the comment section below. So that's it for this week pen rambling. I hope you have a good time and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.